What's up? How's everyone doing? I'm assuming everyone is fucking awesome right now, as you should be. The markets are going absolutely bonkers. So everyone should be making a bunch of money and should be really excited, and you should all have big old bags under your eyes like I do from lack of sleep. All right, chat is popping off today. What's up? What's up? All right. So, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing good. It's Trader Main back here with another Ethereum and Chill live stream for Sunday. I guess we could call this one Ethereum and No Chill because shit is going absolutely ham in the markets. I'm running on basically no sleep. But that's okay, right? It's this is kind of the marathon time, right? It's like the Olympics. We train for 3-4 years, and then we go. And we've got a couple of months to absolutely hammer shit out. So sacrifices must be made. So I'm super excited. I'm in a really good mood. It may not sound like it, but I'm actually very stoked right now with everything that's going on with crypto. Hopefully you guys are too. Before I kind of get too far into anything, I want to give a shout out obviously to Prime XBT. They've been really helping me out putting on these streams for you guys every single Sunday. So show them some love. Sign up with the link in the description. Use the code MAIN50 to get a 50% deposit bonus to trade with. So if you deposit 1 Bitcoin, you get a free 0.5 to trade with. It's a great exchange, great UI. I use it personally. Trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold, etc. Obviously, nothing I talk about in this video is financial advice. You guys already know that, but it has to be said. Always do your own research. There's a lot of risk in what we're doing here, playing with these magic internet beans, these internet coins. So with that being said, let's get into it. So what we're going to cover today, we're going to kind of stick to the majors. This will probably be a pretty long stream. So if you have anything that you want covered, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll do my best to get to it. But what I'm going to cover mainly is the fuck's going on there. Is Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, Litecoin, and then I'll look at some of the other majors that have been moving. But Ethereum has been kind of the breadwinner today. I'll look at DOT. I'll cover Swingbeat, Aave, some other just kind of major players that have been moving. And really what I want to kind of dive into today for you guys is I want to give you some information on how you can not just analyze these trades, but also get involved, and then what you can do for profit taking, trade management once we start getting to these kind of thin airs. I mean, especially for Bitcoin, right? We're trading an all-time high. You don't have a price history with a previous swing high where you need to take profit. So I can show you guys a couple of techniques that you can use to figure out how to actually get in these trades, and then also how to take profit. So we'll cover all of that. I do have 2 educational videos that I'm working on right now. It's been a little bit slow. The reason being is I've been super focused on trading, as I'm sure all of you have been. But as soon as I have a little bit of downtime, I'm going to get those videos out for you guys. One of them will be going over entry techniques. So 2 very basic entry techniques from exactly how you enter a trade at a level, where you put your stop, how you take profit. I'll give you 2 of my setups that I use every day. And then the other video is going to be on the In Silico suite, specifically the crayons indicator. So I'll be covering that. It's a super cool indicator suite that I use personally to kind of just add a little bit extra confluence to some of my trades. So I'll be doing one of those as well. Stay tuned for those. Hopefully this week I'm going to do my best. So enough jabbering on. Let's start with Bitcoin, even though Big Daddy Ethereum is kind of the kingpin today, but we're going to start with Bitcoin. We're going to cover Bitcoin, then we're going to cover ETH, and then we're going to cover Btc. Not to brag, toot my own horn, but I fucking nailed this move on Ethereum. And it's all been on Twitter for you guys, and it's all been on this streams. We actually called this exact move. If you go back to the very first Ethereum and Chill stream back in August, I talked about this exact setup on FBTC, and it's finally played out. It feels fucking great to have that happen and actually execute it. So I'll show you exactly what I did to make that analysis, and then I'll also show you what I did to actually get in the trade and make some fucking money, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So let's start with Bitcoin. We'll just delete all our levels here for a second. We'll just look at the monthly chart. This is fucking ridiculous. This is unseen in any other market that I trade. I don't care what anyone says. I love trading Forex. Gold is probably one of my favorite assets to trade, one of my favorite instruments. Once crypto gets trending, like it's trending right now, there is absolutely nothing in the world that compares to it. So it is absolutely mental. This is the time that you've been waiting for. All those years in the bear market where you've been sharpening that edge, where you've been practicing, learning, getting that screen time in. Now it's game time. Now it's time to actually get in there and execute. So I'm super glad that we're all here. If you're here, you've made it. Congratulations. I'm really excited for all of us. And I think it's only going to get better. But looking at this chart, just from like a technical perspective, which can be very difficult to do, because it's crypto, right? People have this emotional attachment to Bitcoin, to crypto, where it's like, oh, it's fucking Bitcoin. I can't sell it. Like if you sold at 30K, it's really hard to buy back at 33K, right? Because there's a mental, a subconscious part of you that's like, this is Bitcoin. I don't want to buy for more than I sold for, right? And then you end up missing these entire fucking moves. So you've got to kind of detach yourself from what the asset is. Just focus on the chart. This chart in particular is retarded. It's special. It's insane. I don't know what the politically correct word is, but it is insane. Just looking at the monthly, normally how I trade, I love doing those deep, OTE pullbacks, right? Those pullbacks to the 62 to 70.5 retracement. Looking at this chart, I don't see that happening. As much as I would like it to happen, I'd love to see this. We're just too high. We've traveled too far, and that's not a bad thing. That's awesome, but we've traveled too far, I think, to really expect price to, if it comes back to 20K even, to go much below that. Just looking at the super high time frame chart, right? So this is the monthly chart. The only kind of level of interest that I really have here, is this 20K level here from the monthly chart is a potential area for a pullback. I don't know if we come back that far. If I take from the top of this candle to 20K, it's about a 40% pullback. Is it possible? Absolutely. Has it happened before in crypto in a bull market? Absolutely. Do I think it will happen this time? I'm leaning towards no. I do think eventually we see a strong correction, but 40% all the way back to 20K, I'm not sure we get that. If we do, you fucking buy it, but I don't know if we're that fortunate. I don't know if we're that lucky. Get all my levels back here for a second. Going down to the weekly, again, chart still looks absolutely insane. Absolutely out of control. Straight up vertical. I don't even know the angle of this at this time frame. You can't even see an angle. It's literally a straight line up. Unfortunately, when you have moves like this, they lead to vicious unwinds. I'm not saying we're going back to 3K, but anytime you have these vertical moves, right, you get an unwind, you get a deep, sharp pullback. That's just the way that price moves, and it's the way that crypto especially moves, right? you can look here, looks different, but it's not, right? We have multiple green weeks, straight up price action, right? Just vertical as fuck. And then we have a big correction, but then we continue. It's not the end of the bull market, right? But it is a correction, right? People get rinsed. There's no free rides. That's a 40% pullback. That same type of pullback, transpose that onto this existing move, and you're talking about 20K retest. Again, it's very different to see here because the range of this candle is from 2,500 to 3,000, right? So it's a little hard to visualize when you're talking about the numbers we're dealing with now, where our current weekly candle, which closes in 22 minutes, this candle is almost $10,000. Okay? It's almost $10,000, which is half of the previous all-time high in one weekly candle. So as price increases in value, as these numbers get bigger, you've got to kind of reconfigure that mental math in terms of, what is 0.1? What is 1%? What is a 30% pullback? Because everything changes, right? A 30% pullback from 10K is way different than what it is here in terms of what the numbers look like, right? So weekly chart, again, looks absolutely mental. We have this area of interest here. Previous all-time high. There's a little bit of a consolidation here, I guess. If we, for some reason, got this kind of a pullback, and what we need to see this kind of a pullback is we need to see large amounts of derivative positions open, so really high open interest across the derivatives exchanges that can kind of cause one of those cascading liquidation events, right? That is going to actually allow price to sell off that hard. Because it will take quite a bit of selling to get price down here. The books are actually relatively thin in both directions up here, which is a little interesting. I'm no order book specialist by any means, but something of note. Again, nothing really here on the weekly chart. Like, I don't think we're coming back to retest this, for example. Like, it's a nice idea. It's a nice idea, but I just don't see it happening. Like, to me, to get back below the previous all-time high for anything more than just a wick would be quite bearish. But there's nothing bearish about this chart. Be very clear about that. So zooming in a little bit more here, we get a little bit more definition. Once we get down to about the daily, that's when I can start to see an area where I say, okay, where's my, if I get it, I'm fucking hammering it, buy zone. And for me, it's right here. If for some reason we get a pullback here, you buy the fuck out of it, right? This is no brainer buy zone for me. If you take your fib of the range, right, you get a perfect kind of 62 to 79% retracement right into a previous area of consolidation that never got tested. There's some swing lows here. If you zoom in, there's some equal lows right here. There's some untouched lows here. So this, if anything, I'm not saying that we're topped here, okay? Don't take this as saying we're topped here and I'm short. I'm just saying if we were to correct from somewhere like up here, this is the type of area where I would be looking to build another long position for continuation. I'm of the mindset that Bitcoin remains bullish for most of 2021. January and February historically are bearish months for Bitcoin. Just go look in the past. Usually December we do our all-time high last time and then we crashed. So historically, Ethereum's about to hit 1,000 again. Fucking crazy. Historically, bearish month for crypto. So this is an area, this is a situation where I would be looking for potential long opportunities for another leg towards 50K on Bitcoin. I don't know if we get this lucky. I don't know if it will be this easy. But generally things pump harder and further than you expect and then pull back further and deeper than you expect as well. So this is something I'd be watching based on the daily chart as an area of interest for a potential pullback on Bitcoin. I'm not gonna try and pick the top. There's no point in trying to pick the top here. I don't care. I'm not an expert with projecting future price levels. There's a few ways that you can do it. So, you know, you can take a fib like this, right? Well, we can take a fib, actually. We'll do the default fib. So what you can do is you can say, okay, well, here's your fib swing right here, okay? And then you can start to target the 1.168. You know, you can target the 2.168. You could add another level in here, which would be a 1-to-1 price swing. So you can use fibs to do that. You can also use a range. So let's assume that this is a price range here, okay? What you can do is you can take a range like this, okay? But what I do is I extend this, so the 25, right? This is just a range split into 25. So we'll just do the 50, it'll be easier. So instead of making this the entire range, right? I make the 50% of the range here, okay? Now I have levels of interest here. So there's the 50%, this would be a level of interest, that would be a level of interest, and this becomes my new price range. This is something that I learned from Trader SZ, who's in the chat. So Trader SZ just did his video before mine. Make sure to check his out. He's the king of ranges. Anyone you see on crypto Twitter, and it's more and more people these days who are doing these types of range trades, drawing out a range, showing a deviation. All of those people learn from Trader SZ. I don't care what any of them say; they're all lying. That's the OG range god right there. So absolutely check out his stuff if you want to see more about this. But this is an interesting way when you're in future price, right, where we don't actually have any previous price action to go on. This is a way that you can get projected future levels where price may be sensitive to. And you can do this with any range. I just did this with this range here, right? You could do it with a range like this, okay? You could do it with a range that's happened in the past, right? So I could say, okay, well, if this is our all-time high to low range here, right? I can say, okay, well, let's make this the 50%, right? And notice how when this is the 50%, look at the reaction you get right here, okay? And I bet you if we get back up to here, right, I'll make this a little bit better, right? I bet you we have a reaction right around 37,000. So you can use any price range to do this type of projection for price action like we're experiencing now, where there's been no price history. We're in price discovery, right? So again, if you want to learn from the OG, you learn from Trader SZ. I'm nothing but a mere clone. So Bitcoin, like I said, looks absolutely fucking mental. No reason to be bearish on this thing. Absolutely no reason to try and pick the top. If you want to get short on this thing, so let's assume we get lucky, right? Let's assume that we are going to do this, okay? Let's assume that we are going to come back and we're going to retest here. These fucking green boxes, man. Who's killing me? Let's assume that that's going to happen. How do we get involved? For me, I'm not interested in trying to just short the top and hope I get the top. The amount of times I've shorted a level and then it just continues to chad, especially in bull market season like this, where it's just it'll look shitty and then it'll just launch, is incalculable. So what you want to do is you want to wait for a breakdown, right? You want to let price action tell you that indeed we're actually going to go down. So for me on the H4, for example, what I would want to see is weakness at this level. Right now, this is support for me. So my expectation here is this. I'm thinking we probably push towards 35 to 36,000 from this H4 order block, supply zone, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now, if we were to dump through here, if we were to do something like this, now I'm getting interested in shorting because why? There's two main reasons, right? There's three reasons, I guess. We've lost a level of support, right? So that gives me kind of my impetus to say, okay, there's potential that this goes down now. Second is I now have an area where I can be hunting an entry and I have risk defined, right? That's key, right? So once we have those three things, I lost the level of support, I know where I'm looking for an entry, and I can actually define my risk, I can now get into a short trade going down into here. And yes, it's not going to be the same risk reward as, you know, shorting the Pico top here or anything like that, but having that price action give you the clue, right, that this is going to actually potentially roll over. That allows you to get in a risk-defined trade, which is going to save your ass, right? If you don't know where you're wrong, right, if you're shorting here just blind, where are you wrong, right? Are you wrong here? Why? You don't know. You're just picking a level, right? So if it goes like this, right, I would much rather wait for the breakdown, right, then get involved, know where my risk is, know where my target is, and that's a nice looking trade for me. All right. So bottom line, Bitcoin looks super bullish. I know everyone wants to talk about ETH. I'm not ignoring the chat. We'll talk about ETH next year. Bitcoin looks super bullish. What's really bullish right now about Ethereum is the fact that Bitcoin is trading at $33,000 and Ethereum is up 30% today, which means the Ethereum Bitcoin pair is up big, which means Ethereum relative to Bitcoin is actually stronger right now. So that's super sick for alts, right? If you really want to know when alts are going to smash, you can just open up Binance, Prime, whatever trade. You should trade on Prime, by the way, but whatever exchange you trade on, and you just want to go through the alt page and see what's moving. When Ethereum Btc is pumping and Bitcoin is stable or going up, that's when you can get some really killer days on alt, which is what you're seeing across the board here. So Bitcoin for now, long and short of it, still bullish. As long as this little H4 level holds, I expect another leg up. Next level of interest for me on Bitcoin is around 37,000. And if we get a pullback, wait for a breakdown. This is where you buy the fucking dip. So if I had to make a prediction on what I think is going to happen on Bitcoin, I think we're going to see one more leg up. And then I think we're going to see a bigger correction down here. And this is going to wipe out a lot of people who are late to the party. All right, so that makes sense. That was a lot to digest there. I'm going to talk about Ethereum next before everyone wets their pants and leaves the stream. Do you guys care about how I got into the trades, or fuck it, you just want to hear about Ethereum because it's pumping? Let's see here. What's up, what's up? Everyone who said hi to me, what's up? Will ETH go down at 850? I'm going to chart ETH next and we'll talk about potential situations. I took my profits. Nothing wrong with that. LTC pumping. I think LTC super bullish. $1,000, 0.3 sats. Love it. Me too. Start the show. Tell the girls he's back in town. Fuck yeah. Nothing wrong with taking profit, Sonny. No one went broke taking profit, bro. Thanks for tuning in, Yusuf. Mortality. Our girlfriend's got girlfriends. If price keeps going up, my girlfriend is absolutely getting her own girlfriend. Maybe a dog, too. Who knows? Let's go crazy. Did I hit the slopes? Dude, I drove up to Whistler this morning at 5 in the morning. Because it's like a 2-hour drive from where I live. 2.5 hours. I get up there, and there's a 3.5 hour line. I got up there an hour and a half before the chair even opened to get on the hill. There's a 3.5 hour line just to get on the gondola, which then takes you to the chairlift, and then you got to take another chairlift after that to like get to the main part of the mountain. So my friends and I decided it wasn't worth it. If it was up to me, to be honest, I probably would have stuck it out, but apparently some people like were doing it yesterday and they were in line from like 7 a.m. till like 11 a.m. before they even got on the hill. So I didn't snowboard. I literally drove to Whistler this morning and then drove back. It fucking sucked. Yes, I can cover silver at the end. We'll go over crypto first. That's the thing everyone is interested in. What's up, Lee? What's up? What's up? What's up? Who the fuck's calling me? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Trader Z? Lost nothing, winning nothing. Happy New Year to everyone. 2021. 2020 is over. Now we're going to make 2021. We're going to get let outside of our houses. You know, we're going to make a bunch of fucking money. We're all going to get girlfriends and Lambos. It's going to be way better in 2020, I promise. Yeah, eye bags into Gucci bags. That's what's up. What's up, Blues? How you doing, homie? Morning, BTC Mum. How you doing? From Sydney. What's up, Crypto Grandpa? Okay, so it looks like yes. Thank you. Please like the video. I really appreciate that. That indicator is called crayons. I'll be doing a video on that. What's up, XC? F to 1400. If XC says it, shout out to the man XC. Look him up on Twitter. If XC says it, you know it's going to be true. What's up, Jack? Yes, I'll look at Cardano as well. I've never seen Trader Main before, but I don't know what I expected him to look like, but it wasn't this. I don't know if that's a compliment or if you're roasting me, bro. Okay. LTC melting faces, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's look at F. Everyone wants to see F. So let's fucking look at F. So, here we fucking go. So, I don't want to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so. So I have no problem saying I told you so, actually. So ETH looks absolutely phenomenal. It's playing catch up to Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin has been absolutely smoking the market for the month of December. Now it's a good opportunity for some other coins to play catch up. Bitcoin is now well beyond all-time high. Would be great to see some of these other coins, you know, get an opportunity to run, get an opportunity to, you know, get to their relative USD all-time highs. All of their BTC all-time highs are still very far away, but you know, you can make some good money here. I'm really excited for what I think there is potential for in alts in the month of January, especially Ethereum, and we'll talk about that here. So about a month ago, back in November, I started talking about this area on Ethereum, okay? This was a key weekly area, and if you go back on my tweets, you go back in these streams, this was the area of interest here for November and December. My thesis has remained the same the entire time. Between 570 and 620 was chop. Below 570, bearish, right? Above 620, we're going to 800. That was the plan the entire time. What we were waiting for, obviously, was for Bitcoin to cool down. And to allow ETH to have an ability to actually, you know, show some strength because it underperformed in December. And as you can see, once that Btc pair bottomed, the USD pair absolutely flew. So unfortunately for me, the one mistake I made, because I crushed this trade, I did very well, but the mistake that I made was getting into ETH too early. I should have had more Bitcoin long exposure in December. And then rotated to ETH later in December, as opposed to as early as I did. It's okay, I still made money, but the Bitcoin pair continued to drop. So as much as this went up, it didn't go up as much as Bitcoin, right? And that's the long and short of it. But the trade is very simple. I took this trade based off of a candle closure. So my thesis was as soon as we get a daily close above 620, I'm looking to long the first pullback with a target of 800. So I'm going to show you exactly how I did that and then exactly where I see, and I posted this on Twitter. So as soon as we get this, blah, 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 it's all there. It's all in these videos, super consistent the entire way. And then I'll talk about kind of where I see ETH going here. That seems like an interesting level right there. And then obviously, you know, probably all-time high after that. But weekly levels were based off of this level here, okay? So why did I pick this level? It's a supply zone. It's a bearish order block. For me, the reason this level was key, and you can see it was key because we stalled here. As soon as we closed through, fucking launched, right? The reason it's key, okay, is because to me at least, this is my reading of the price action. It's all about context, right? This is basically the last up move. I mean, this one is important too for the exact same reason, right? But this is the last up move here, essentially before we saw, you know, the bottom form. You could argue that this area has the exact same purpose, but you can see you could have traded this area the exact same, right? Soon as we got through here, we moved up to here, right? Moved up to this one. And then as soon as we moved past this one, we came to 800 and just fucking blew it out the goddamn water. But to me, this is an important area for that reason. This is kind of the last up move. It's untested, right? Because at the time that I did this analysis, we already had traded into this zone, right? So when I'm looking at it, okay, this is an untested level here. So as soon as we're able to close through this, because this is the last up move before we kind of had the bottom form here, once we clear that, I knew we were going to fly. So that's the level on the weekly that I was paying attention to, and then I framed my trades around that level on the lower time frame. So if you zoom in now, right, here is that 570 level, here's that 620 level. As soon as we got a daily close above the level, which was right here, I wanted to buy the first pullback. That's exactly what happened here. We pulled back right into the 570 level again, right into a bullish order block, right into your fucking OTE. Everything I talk about in all the videos that I do lined up perfectly here. Okay? So here's your a little bit deeper, but never closed below the 0.79. Okay? And there's your, why is it always these stupid fucking colors? There's your bullish order block. So that is a 10 out of 10 trader main setup that I take every time. I talk about this kind of setups with you guys every single video. It has all the recipes for a setup that I take, that I need, my checklist, my rules before I enter a trade. I'm going to be doing a video on this, by the way, like I mentioned, but the key level, I deleted it, but our premise was off of 620, right? So our premise was off of 620, okay? And then we had another key level at 570. I just deleted them because of the clutter, but we'll leave them on here, right? So the premise was a daily close through the weekly level, right? I'm looking to enter. Where do order blocks form? They form near key SR levels. You can't just draw an order block in the middle of nowhere. You want to find order blocks at near key SR levels. Those are going to be the ones that give you the best action, okay? Zoom in. There's your close. Okay, now what am I looking for? I'm bullish. Why am I bullish? We just made a new high. So not only did we close through the key level, we just made a market structure break to the upside. I'm looking to long pullbacks into bullish order blocks. That's how I trade, right? There's your pullback into a bullish order block. This bullish order block led us to the new high. This is going to be an area that price is sensitive to. We come back into the bullish order block. You can see very nice wicks right into it. How do you enter this trade? You enter at the start of the OB. Your stop goes below the swing low. That is it, right? Where are you targeting? 800 was my target based on the weekly chart, right? So if I look at this trade here, I held this much further than that, but it is what it is. Does it meet all the criteria to enter a trade? Yes, right? It's more than a 2-to-1. Bullish market structure, key level, order block, pullback, all of that dialed in. That's a trade I take all day, and that's a trade. This is like an A+ setup for me. So I'm taking this trade with size, and I'm not afraid to hold it. I'm not afraid to, go in with conviction, right? If I have a trade where I'm not so sure, I might not go in, with full risk. But on a trade like this, I have high conviction. And then obviously this acceleration occurred when FBTC bottomed. So this portion of the move, we underperformed Bitcoin here. And then when FBTC bottomed, we obviously started to outperform. So 800 was smashed. We're now continuing to rocket. In terms of where we go from here, this is going to all-time high. I would not be surprised at all if we see this trade to all-time high this month. There's your swing high, all-time high. That's going to be a magnet for price. This level right here, right around, kind of 1050 is kind of my next short-term target. Again, this move is very vertical. Where is it going to pull back to? Is it going to pull back? That is obviously the question everyone wants to know. Similar to Bitcoin, I think if you get lucky, right? If you get lucky, we might see a pullback to here. I doubt it. This one I doubt a lot more. Like this deep of a pullback. I think this is much more likely. I think if you get some sort of pullback into here, you long the piss out of it. I don't know if you will get that, but if you do, you absolutely take it. You know, there's kind of an interesting level over here. You know, this 710 area. You know, 800 big figure, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this does one of these. A much shallower retrace, right? So maybe it only comes back to the 0.382. But any sort of dip is a long. Any sort of dip is a long. The FBTC pair is bullish. Any sort of dip on this pair that is significant, I think you take a long. Let's see if I pull that to there. About a 50% of this most recent swing would bring us to that level that I drew from the weekly there. But overall, I'm super bullish on this. I'm targeting 1050 next. Any sort of dip, I'm longing. If you're looking on even the lower time frame here, there's nothing for me here on the H4. There's not even really anything for me on the hourly. You know, if you want to get in on the hourly, maybe you see something like this. Right? Maybe you get a little pullback like this and it gets some continuation. Ultimately, you know, I think you can just wait for it to reclaim 1,000. If you get some sort of, you know, high time frame close over 1,000, like an H4 close or a daily close or something like that over 1,000, I think you just ate back in and you target all-time high, right? So if we get an H4 close above 1,000, just take this level. Move it to 1K, right? If we get an H4 close above here, similar to what I showed you down here, right? Daily close, long the pullback, similar idea. H4 close above here, long the pullback, target all-time high. That would be kind of the continuation setup. If it doesn't give you a deep pullback, which it does not have to, this can accelerate way more before it fucking pulls back. So you got to be aware of that. This could literally leg up to 1,000 from here and then, you know, continue on. So that would be kind of a couple potential setups that I'd be watching for. You know, if we get lucky, I would love to buy a pullback kind of towards the 850 level. But if it gets back above 1,000 on a closing basis, Jesus Christ, I sound like Mike Tyson. Closing basis, I will jump back in. And I'll be targeting all-time high. The reason I am so bullish on this is is because of this. And here it is, right? Here is our call from the original Ethereum and Chill stream. Okay? This is from the original Ethereum and Chill stream. I know it's crude. I know it looks ugly. But I also posted this on Twitter a lot cleaner back then as well. But when the first Ethereum and Chill stream was done, we were here, and I basically said, I think we come and retest this bullish monthly order block here, and then I think we traverse up to here. So like more than a 2x, like a 3x on the BTC pair, essentially. And as you can see, months and months have gone by. Go watch the first stream. I'm telling you, this is the exact drawing. I left it here for this exact moment. We traded down, boom, right into the order block right here and launched. So why am I bullish on this, right? Notice how much harder the USD pair trades when this is also bullish, right? This fraction, I talk about this all the time, is the strength of ETH compared to BTC. It's no different than Euro USD is the strength of Euro versus the dollar, right? So if you can actually chart the dollar like you can in Forex to determine what Euro USD might do, you can do the same shit here, right? So if I know what FBTC is doing, I can use that in confluence with a trade for FUSD, or for if I know what BTC is doing, right? So the reason so many alts are getting whacked against their BTC pair is because Bitcoin's trading at $33,000, right? So the fact that this looks like it's bottom now, and I think we nailed it, to be honest with you, is because of this monthly chart. So I'll show you what I mean. I posted this again on Twitter. So we have a monthly order block here, and I talked about this for ages. I said, okay, I honestly think this is what's happening here, right? We're going to go make a higher high. But we have a monthly order block here on Ethereum Btc, okay? Price traded into it. Where did we trade into? okay, right into the equilibrium point, the midpoint of the order block. All that is showing is a price range here, right? This is just a price range, and you can see it respected the level well. It never closed through it. And then we also have, I'm just going to delete this fib, well, fuck it. We also have, okay, if I were to turn this into a regular fib, we also have our 62% or our 70.5% retracement level overlap directly with that monthly level. So there's a ton of confluence for me here that this might be where the bottom forms. This is not actionable, right? Like, unless you're taking a trade like you're Angelo and you enter something and you just fucking forget about it for 6 months, which most of us aren't because we're not that rich like he is and or she, I don't know, and aren't degenerates. You know, you can't, I'm not taking this, right? I need to get in on a lower time frame and I need to have tighter risk. So you start zooming in, okay? And once you get down to the daily, you can see, look how well price respected our fucking level here, okay? So once we had this huge move down, okay, closed above both of those key levels. Like, they're literally overlapping each other. The 70.5 of that swing and the EQ of that order block on the monthly. Then we placed a higher low, and then we fucking just sent, right? So if you zoom in even more on the H4, that was kind of the trigger. It happened fast, right? This is the problem with these things. To get in an FBTC trade, what do? Right? Like, are you just buying this line? Right? You're buying this line. Really, what you're doing here is you're buying essentially a double bottom, right? So if you were trading the Btc pair, the setup that I see is essentially a double bottom, okay? We're respecting the key high time frame levels on the daily, and we're basically saying, okay, this has to be a higher low here if this is going to continue up, because if it ripped this low, it's going lower, right? So this is a risk-defined trade. You can enter this here, right? Your stop would go below this low here, right? And then you target, you know, probably the previous swing high. And this thing looked like complete dog shit until it broke out, right? Like, on most time frames, this thing looked like it was just going to go straight to zero before it broke out. Go on Twitter. Look at what the Twitter sentiment was for the last 3 or 4 days. FBTC is a dumpster fire. F is worthless. F blah, blah, blah. Everyone is memeing the shit out of this. It looks like absolute dog shit right into high time frame support. What you will see super fucking consistently with altcoins and crypto in general, I find, is you'll see Twitter sentiment get extremely bullish or extremely bearish right into key high time frame levels. And that's the perfect example here. We have multiple pieces of confluence that this is where the bottom is going to form. Once we had this low, what you got to realize here is, right, we made a new high. So we had a low form in a key area, a daily low, right? And it respected my level. The wicks went below but closed above. That's step one. Step two, bullish break in market structure, right? This is similar to the last trade setup I was talking about. Step three, bullish order block near a key level. Step four, do I have defined risk? Yes. Entry? Yes. Fucking bang it. So there's a exact correlation why F is flying today versus the USD pair, and it's because this has fucking gotten super bullish here as well. And now we've made another high, right? So now we have a low, a high, a higher low, right? Now wherever this tops out, we want to see another higher low, right? Because we've got a higher high. So this looks good. It looks like the market structure on this is starting to turn. I'm expecting all of these highs up here to get run on FBTC. So if this happens, that's going to be your opportunity to buy the dip on FUSD if you want to, right? If we see some sort of sharp correction, I mean, this is insane, right? 1, 2, 3, working on our fourth, straight up green candle in a row. But if we see some sort of sharp correction on here, right, maybe back to the 50%, something like that, that's going to be your opportunity to get in a dip on this, right? Don't just buy, like, if this is going to continue to chat up, this will continue to chat up, right? These are interlinked because they both share Ethereum as one part of the fraction, right? So this looks really fucking good. I'm expecting this to go much higher. I think the bottom is in. Obviously, where am I wrong? Well, if it fucking makes a new low, then I'm fucking wrong. But for now, this is bullish market structure forming on the H4 into a key daily, weekly, monthly area. Market structure is going to shift on the low time frame first, right? So the fact that we're seeing H4 bullishness at a key monthly level to me is promising, right? Ultimately, the monthly is not, I mean, this is a higher low, right? But the monthly technically is not bullish until it makes a higher high, right? But that's so far away, right? But what will happen is on the weekly, okay, well, it gets bullish above here, right? On the daily, well, it got bullish already above here, right? So market structure shifts on the low time frame first. So if you're bullish on the high time frame, you're dialing into your level. What you want to see on the low time frame is bullish market structure to validate your high time frame idea. Right? If this monthly order block is legit, you're going to see bullish price action on the low time frame at that level. And it's exactly what we're seeing here on Ethereum, which is awesome. That's why I'm bullish on it. That's why I'm expecting it to trade at all-time high. I would not be surprised for the month of January. So targets on Ethereum Btc, I'm just going to delete this to make this a little cleaner. Obviously, I think we'll run these highs here up into this area, and ultimately I'm aiming for here next. I think if we start trading anywhere close to this level, we will be well beyond all-time high, right? I don't think Ethereum USD hits all-time high here. I think it hits all-time high way sooner. Zooming in a little bit for a little bit more definition, coming into a little bit of resistance here. Right, so coming into a little bit of resistance here. Ultimately, this is the all-time high SR flip, right? So this is the weekly chart. Once we start trading and we kind of, hold above essentially 0.03, excuse me. Right, once we start trading above here and closing, I expect expansion to this level, and I think early on, once we do this SR flip, that's when we'll see ETHUSD make its move to all-time high. All right, so does that make sense? I know that was a lot to talk about on ETH, but hopefully that's super clear in terms of why I'm bullish, how I came to that conclusion where that might be the bottom. Give me some fucking likes on my tweet, man. I see a bunch of clowns going, oh, ETH, this bullshit. Trader Main told you first, motherfuckers. Not you, but metaphorical motherfuckers. Like Samuel Jackson says, motherfuckers. But yeah, super fucking stoked. I think this looks awesome. I think ETHUSD looks awesome. I think we're going to make a whole bunch of money in these next coming months. So let's go to the chat here. See what the fuck is going on. All right. I think we're around here. Yeah, what's up, everyone? 3 years bear market, team no sleep, you bet. Can you look at sushi? Sure, I'll look at sushi. Here, let's start writing this down here. Okay, we'll cover sushi. Thanks for the awesome analysis. I'm in full FOMO mode. Too late to move BTC to ETH. Guess we better wait for a pullback, but we didn't get so much pullback for BTC. So good question. So FOMO, right? The reason you feel FOMO is probably for a few reasons. If you are in a position, FOMO is an emotion, right? Fear of missing out. Fear, it's an emotion, right? So anytime you're feeling emotional about a trade, about a position, there's usually a very few, quick reasons that you can go down. Once you learn to identify these and kind of manage your emotions a little bit better, you'll become a better trader, right? The best traders, like Trader SZ, are just robots. You talk to the guy, he's like a robot. It's if this happens, then I do that. If this happens, then I do that. And if it doesn't happen, I do fucking nothing, right? That's where you want to get. It's a lot harder to do in crypto. When I'm trading Forex, if I'm trading gold or Euro USD or whatever, and price doesn't perfectly retest my level or some shit, or my trade doesn't play out, I don't give a shit, right? There's always going to be another trade, and at the end of the day, my account balance is still whatever it is at the start of the day. If you are trading Bitcoin and your account is based in Bitcoin, let's say you have 10 Bitcoin on an exchange, and then you're like, I'm going to take the weekend off, I'm tired, and then Bitcoin corrects 30%, you've lost 30% of your buying power, right? Because the asset that you hold, that you're trading, that you're putting up for margin is devalued. And the same goes the other way, right? It can increase. Or if you're holding USD, but you want to trade Bitcoin, but Bitcoin increases in price, you've lost buying power. So that's one of the reasons it's hard to trade crypto, because you have this FOMO for missing every move, right? You don't want to miss moves because you're like, oh fuck, now Bitcoin's more expensive, or I missed the bottom, da 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 da. Try not to think like that, right? You're never going to catch every move. At this point, you should be well positioned in some sort of spot positions, right? It's the bull market. You've had years to accumulate Bitcoin, literally under 10,000, let alone 20,000. But if you're not, don't force yourself into shit because you're like, oh fuck, I gotta get in a position now, everything's moving. The last thing you want to do, ETH I do think goes to all-time high, but ETH just did a 30% daily candle. You could probably get a little bit of a better buy if you're just a little bit more patient, right? Usually what will happen is you'll FOMO in, and then it'll give you a pullback that you're waiting for anyways. So don't FOMO. You haven't missed it. All that matters to the trader is volatility. As long as shit is moving, you can make money. That's what's important, right? But yeah, wait for pullbacks, buy on dips, sell on rips, don't get greedy, try and remove that emotion, right? Maybe you're risking too much, maybe you're not properly positioned, and that's why you're feeling those emotions. Identify them, don't succumb to them, remain objective. Hey, it's my drug dealer. I haven't sold you any drugs recently, bro. What indicator are you using? Crayons. Happy New Year, Wasik, Nazim. Thanks, guys. Thank you for the likes. This is my first time on live stream. Thanks so much for tuning in. Lol, Neo and Tesla did better. Okay, we'll look at those. Still have PTSD from the bear market. I feel you, man. I feel you. We all do, right? But you gotta shake that shit off, right? And you gotta just fucking execute. At the end of the day, one of the hardest parts of trading is execution. It's very easy to draw levels, right? It's different to be like, okay, what do I do at the level? And then do I have the nutsack to actually fucking, or the ovaries for our one lady viewer, to actually enter the trade, right? LTC breaking out. We'll look at LTC next. I want to look at LTC. I like LTC. Parabolas usually correct 50 to 80%. Yeah, I mean, look at the last Bitcoin all-time high move. So I'm hoping we go a lot higher before we have the, kind of true breakdown, but who knows, right? Be prepared for everything. You are Canadian, you said a boot. I don't say a boot, I say about. Very different. Okay, people allergic to likes. You guys are killing me. What are derivatives exchanges? Exchanges where you can trade derivative products, trade with margin, leverage, Binance, Bybit, BitMEX, Prime, FTX, all that shit. F to 1,000. Today, Bitcoin down, alt up. Is it January 2018 again? Maybe, man. Or maybe it's fucking 2013. You ever think of that? Thinking about getting in right now. Smart move. Go. Thanks, Levels. How you doing, homie? Okay. My guy. What's up? Sarah, what's up? How long I've been trading? About 6 years. 7 years actually now. Cardano I will do. Do some curve. Curve we will do. Full send. Fuck us. Talk about what you think's relevant. Thanks, Chris. What's up, Wendell? Happy New Year's, man. Did the same thing, so I went to Revelstoke. Fuck, I'm jealous. I'm going to Revelstoke in a couple weeks. Very excited. Yeah, the Whistler line was fucked. Let's go, Brian. Okay. Like and share it. Thanks so much. Okay. XLE, sure. I'll look at gold and silver real quick because I haven't done the metals with main as consistently because crypto's where it's at, but I'm uber bullish on gold and silver, and you can see. Okay. Is Tron worth investing in? I don't know. I'll look at it. How do you guys feel about VeChain? I'll take a look. I used to own VeChain once in a blue moon. Okay, are you going to be taking your shirt off during the stream? No, Mitch, I don't want to embarrass you because I know your girlfriend's watching. Your mom's probably watching too. Why are you hiding your neck, bro? Because everyone's been making fun of how thick my neck is ever since I wore a fucking t-shirt with a low cut on stream. So I'm never doing that again. I'm about to start showing up to these things in freaking turtlenecks. Getting absolutely fucking bullied online. Okay. Oh God, what happened there? Okay. Is it cold in my apartment? Yes. I never turn the heat on. Bullish on S since 300. You're an absolute stud. HGET USGT. What the fuck is this? Okay. It's going good, Mickey. What's up? We'll look at LTC. We'll look at Cardano. Okay. Uniswap. Sure, that sounds good. All right, I'm gonna take another couple. Do you think TradingView Premium is worth it? I think so. Yes. No ads, alerts, more chart templates, but you know I do this professionally, so it's up to you. It's not necessary, that's for sure. XRP. Do I feel like it's a good buy? Oh my God, the XRP army is here. Eagled. Some of the shit you guys trade is insane. Okay. I'm just gonna fucking get going here because this is a bunch of shit to chart. We'll look at AVE as well. I like AVE. It's already on my chart here. Okay. So we're gonna go over all of these. We'll do LTC next, okay? And then I'll go through all of these, and then depending on how long that takes, I'll go back, and if you guys have any other ones that you want to see, I'll go through it. Got that thick neck. No trading books. I haven't read any trading books. Okay, let's do it. So let's start with LTC. Oh look, another main prediction that came true. How ironic. Except for not. Okay, so LTC USD. I did the exact same thing as Ethereum, right? I basically shared the weekly chart. And this thing got cooking faster than Ethereum, and I'll show you why. So this will be a good example of how to pick when certain alts are going to outpace others and where your money is best placed to be optimized, right? So you've got to be able to cut losers and laggards and focus on the markets that are leading. So in the month of December, Bitcoin outperformed Ethereum, right? And that is easy to see here. You look at here, this is the month of December, right? Bitcoin outperformed. LTC outperformed Bitcoin in the month of December, as you can see here, right? So that is why in the month of December, your money was either better in LTC, BTC, or BTC as opposed to ETH, right? So that's why we saw LTC hit my target in terms of upside movement and that acceleration a lot quicker than ETH did. Because that LTC BTC pair was bullish for the month of December, whereas ETH BTC was bearish, right? So looking at the USD chart here, I mean, this just looks absolutely beautiful. I think this thing is going to absolutely fly. No reason why this doesn't fucking start to accelerate soon here and head towards 200 and then obviously through all-time high. One thing to kind of note here, right? And And this is something that I think a lot of people might discount as we get more retail participation and institutional interest, right? There's going to be coins that are easier to buy, right, and more attractive to people, right? Like DeFi, for example, is something I'm fucking a boomer when it comes to this shit. I don't have a very deep understanding of DeFi, yield farming, blah, 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 blah. Like, I just set up a MetaMask not that long ago. So for the, uninitiated investor, I'm going on PayPal, I'm going on Coinbase, I'm going wherever I can buy shit the easiest, right? And what is traded on those exchanges? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, fucking Bcash, right? So as much as you might think Ripple is trash, Bcash is trash, Litecoin is got no use case, whatever, those are going to be easier to buy, right? These legacy coins, there's a reason Litecoin is still around and a bunch of other coins in the 2013 run are gone. There's a reason Ethereum is still around, right? There's a reason Ripple, as much as people hate on Ripple, is still here. And Bcash is still here. And I expect these legacy coins, large caps, to pump again. I do. They're easy to buy for retail, right? They're easy for people to FOMO into. They're easy to understand. I can buy it on my app. I don't got to fucking worry about setting up some sort of MetaMask and using Uniswap or any of that shit, right? So there's that aspect. You look at Grayscale, they buy LTC, right? Like Ethereum, etc. They started buying XRP again. So these are things you want to kind of pay attention of, especially if mania really starts to come in and people are just literally buying on Coinbase with their credit card and shit. They're going to buy coins like LTC. So I think LTC can really run this bull run. So definitely want to pay attention to. So in the month of December, it outperformed Ethereum and Bitcoin. But I actually think this month, it's going to actually have another kind of expansive move. Like if you just look at this next to this, right? LTC is like here, in my opinion. Like I think LTC is going to fucking rip soon. I'm super bullish on it. So very similar trading to ETH, right? So I had my key weekly level here. Once we started trading through here, my target initially was 114. That got smashed quickly. My next target was 154, which is basically this area just above this swing high, right? We've just run that now. My next area of interest is going to be this 182 level here, which is this swing high, and then ultimately here, and then penultimately here, and then ultimately all-time high. So this chart looks fucking great. Nothing to be concerned about, in my opinion, on LTC. Looking at the monthly, okay? We're looking at the monthly here for a moment. This is a huge area that we're now trading through. And we're coming up into another monthly kind of key SR level here. So if you're just going to use these two levels, and I'm just going to dial this into here, to me, there's enough to frame a trade just based on those two key levels, right? Forget the weekly, forget everything. Look at how we're reacting to that monthly area right there. Okay, if you get lucky and you get a dip here, this is an area I'm looking to buy. And I'll zoom in and I bet you we have a consolidation there. Look at that, right? And then this is an area I'm looking to buy. So I don't know if you get this deep of a pullback, just like Bitcoin and ETH, right? This would be ideal. Don't know if you're going to get it, but if you do, right, you long this thing for much higher. Or the breakout move, right? If we get some sort of H4 daily close kind of above here, I'm longing this thing towards 180 at a minimum and most likely aiming towards the low to mid 200s. So I'm super bullish on this thing. I think this actually has more room to accelerate than Ethereum even does. Ethereum Btc had a crazy reaction today. LTC Btc was in an uptrend in December, but it didn't move that much. Once that LTC BTC puts in a fat candle like Ethereum did, puts in like a 10, 15, 20% daily candle, this thing's gonna fucking fly, right? And another point kind of to my whole retail, potentially buying something like Litecoin, I think people have a cost basis bias, right? Like if you look at Bitcoin, right? If I just come into crypto this year, I'm not buying Bitcoin at 30K. right? I'm going to say, well, it was at 3,000. Why am I buying it at 30? That seems crazy. Oh, but Litecoin's only $100, right? And it's all-time high as that. So all it has to do is go back to how it was before, and that's 4 times my money, right? Like someone who doesn't know what they're doing, that's how they're going to be thinking, right? And there's nothing wrong with that thinking. I think there's more upside to be captured, potentially in some of these alts instead of, Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin is very fucking expensive, right? Like Bitcoin is a rich man's game at this point, right? It's fucking $33,000 for just one, right? So these kind of coins, I think, there's a lot of potential for them. This looks super bullish though. So pretty simple for me. Above here, I'm pretty much bullish above this kind of 155 to 160 area, targeting 182, ultimately targeting 225 essentially. Any sort of dip on this thing, I'm looking to buy. If that dip just comes to here, right? So there's your little breakout pattern. If it comes back to here, I think that's a buy. If it comes any deeper, I think it's a buy. The only reason I would see this thing dip anywhere near the $100 mark again is if Bitcoin corrected pretty strong. So what we could see Bitcoin do is have a strong correction that will drag down the USD pairs. But if the Bitcoin pairs remain bullish, you want to be buying the fucking dip on those USD pair dumps, right? So if FUSD gets drugged down by Bitcoin, but FBTC is putting in a higher low, you want to long the fuck out of that FUSD dip. Exact same thing goes here for Litecoin. So this looks pretty good to me. I'm bullish as fuck on this. We just made another high. Any sort of pullback I think is a long. I'm expecting 180 to get tagged very soon. No reason to short this, no reason to short anything until you see weakness in Bitcoin at the very least, which we haven't really seen yet. Right? We're right into that level. Remember that level I was talking about? We're right into here. So start trading below here, then maybe open up some shorts as hedges. But for now, no reason to be shorting anything here. Everything looks fucking good. This is buy the dip season. So if we get lucky and we get some sort of dip back into this kind of low 150 area here, I think you look for bullishness. Ultimately, this swing is probably the one I would focus on from here to here. Okay, and that gives you a nice little buy potential area right in here. I don't know if it comes this low, but if it does, that's a long I'm looking to take. But we might just do one of these, wait and see. But ultimately, aiming for 180 sooner than later on this. It's just patience. It's just a waiting game. Wait for the setup. You don't need to buy this. You're going to get a little bit of a dip. That's when you're going to want to enter. Looking at the low time frame, nothing really of interest to me here. I'm not a super low time frame trader. Maybe this is a temporary top, 1, 2, 3 drives, but wherever this dips to, I think you just want to long it. Like, I don't know, could this be your range? Maybe this. Let's see what it looks like. I don't love it. Yeah, I don't like it. So let's wait and see what Bitcoin does. No reason to be worried about this. Any sort of dip is a buy. This looks good. Expecting good things for LTC this month. I expect LTC to trade a minimum of 180. But overall, would not be surprised if everything, if alts look bullish this month, for LTC to be trading over $200 relatively quickly. Again, talk about the comparison, right? Well, here's why we're bullish on LTC, right? Delete these, delete that. Get rid of you. So this is kind of a key floor that I want to see reclaimed. Once we close above here, I'm expecting a move up into here, right? You look at it on the weekly here. I'm just basically saying, hey, if we reclaim this floor, which look, we did, right? Reject, close through, okay? And now you have multiple wicks below, but multiple weeks in a row, we've now held that low. So I'm expecting this pair to put in one of those green dildos. I'm expecting this kind of a candle soon on LTC. So that's what I'm expecting on LTC, and that's when I expect LTC USD to get that kind of acceleration that we saw today on Ethereum USD. I need to find one where this has been traded longer. Here we go. So very similar technical analysis to Ethereum. Okay. There is your bullish order lock. Looks like absolute dog shit heading into the level. Right? Then rounding off a little bit. Okay. Zoom in. What do we want to see here? I want to see some bullish price action start to form. Right? I want to see bullish price action start to form here. Well, I see a nice little low get run here, right? So we see a low get run, still too early really on the weekly. I mean, kind of a little bit of an uptrend, but this is still very early to tell, right? There's that floor reclaim I was talking about here, or sorry, here's that floor reclaim I was talking about, okay? So starting to look bullish here. Now look at the daily, right? So the monthly, weekly, kind of too early to tell. The daily, this is an uptrend, right? Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, right? So this is starting to turn in our favor. This is starting to turn in our direction. It's making new highs. It's maintaining bullish market structure. You know, this is the start of an uptrend. So I'm expecting a big old fucking green candle to come in here soon and to get the party really started. But this looks good to me. I have every expectation that we trade up into this level here. Right? Back up above these highs, continue with the bullish market structure, right? So maybe something like this, or maybe this is it, right? Maybe this is the week where it just does this, but I'm super bullish on this pair ultimately, which means I'm bullish on the USD pair as well. I think this is where the bottom is, right? Obviously, where are you wrong? Below here, right? So if this gets back below here, starts trading down, obviously that wasn't the bottom, right? So no reason to not think that this is the bottom for now, because it's giving us signs, right? It's got the low in there. It's reclaimed the floor. The daily is starting to shape up bullishly. So to me, that's enough to be like, okay, I want to be paying a lot of attention to LTC USD in terms of, hey, let's get in and let's fucking smash out a monster long. In terms of higher time frame targets for this, my targets would be once we break above this floor here, next level is there, right? This is a big range from here to here, right? That's fucking, damn near 60%, right? You've got a nice swing high there to get run. So expectation here, big green candle, pull back, boom. And in this time period, LTC USD goes to over $200, in my opinion. All right, so that's LTC done and dusted. Okay, we'll look at Cardano next. First time watching you stream, been following on Twitter for a long time. I want to say thanks for the high quality share. You're welcome, bro. Thanks for tuning in. LTCF, let's just look at that real quick because that's interesting. Right? This is a ratio of LTC versus ETH, right? So ETH is the denominator, right? So when this ratio is in a downtrend, ETH is outperforming LTC. When this ratio is in an uptrend, LTC is outperforming Ethereum, right? So the month of December, as you can see, LTC outperformed Ethereum, right? So that's how you can use this. You know what else you can do with this? The gold-silver ratio works exactly like this. It will let you know what is stronger, gold or silver. Which one is going to have more potential upside? Which one is outperforming? So right now, this is looking like, potentially shifting bullish, right? So huge downtrend here since, the entire year basically. So let's assume here for a second that this puts in a higher low. there could be a period of time here coming up where LTC outperforms ETH. I don't think that is that crazy. LTC is at 150 bucks right now. It could do a 2x this month, and maybe ETH only does 60%, right? But yeah, this is an interesting one to watch as well. Okay, let's look at Cardano here. Losing my voice. Okay. You're miring my neck. Thanks, bro. Fucking girthy bastard. First time I've watched your stream in the Ukraine. Cracking content. I'll catch the rest in the AM. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, Ave is good. JG, I don't know why you're posting all this Trump news. No one cares. I'm Canadian. Is charting easy for you? It gives me a headache every time. I don't know if it gives you a headache because it's stressful or maybe because you're staring at the screen too long. Get some of those blue light lens glasses. That will probably help. Coinbase has like 80 other shitcoins beside LTC now. I don't know if that legacy logic still applies. It absolutely applies. People are going to buy other shitcoins for sure, right? They're going to be like, oh, this one is 10 cents. That sounds great, right? But LTC has history. It's got a chart that can be looked at with price history. It performs decently well. A lot of those shitcoins look like shit. LTC actually has a decent looking chart and performs decently well. I definitely think that's a factor. BTC George, exactly, right? So his non-trader friends think that they have to buy one full BTC to play. Most people don't realize you can buy part of a BTC. So they might say, well, BTC's 30K, I don't have 30K, but I got 5K and I can buy this many LTC, right? Been waiting 2 months for a 30% dip. I give up now. Yeah, man, you've got to listen to market structure, right? If it's making new highs and new lows, right, fucking play the trend. Don't fight the trend. Unfortunately, you'll get burned trying to short these things or waiting for the dip, right? Like that skeleton meme, waiting for the dip forever. Do I think Ethereum will pull back below 400 again? The only way I could see that happening, right, is if we have some sort of black swan event where the stock market crashes. So we have some, systemic risk. A new mutation of COVID takes over the world and everything locks down again and the stock market dumps. That's the only way I can see this dumping that far. Because for this to go to, 400 again is going to be, a 50+% correction. I just don't see that happening until either the bull market ends or we have some sort of, kind of cataclysmic event like the COVID shutdowns or some sort of black swan. Maybe there's some sort of crazy FUD with Tether that comes out. There's some sort of suing. I don't fucking know. But I highly, highly doubt it. Is it possible? Yes, anything is possible. The Knicks might win a world championship again. Is it likely? Probably not. I wouldn't have bids sitting at 400 bucks, right? If it starts looking bearish, you start shorting it, right? And then you buy support. We're in an uptrend, we're in a bull market, you buy support until it doesn't work. Is my suggestion. Ave is ripping. Yeah, look at that. Ave is ripping. 100 bucks. I keep missing out on entries. What do I do if it seems like there's no pullbacks? There's always going to be a pullback on one time frame or another, right? This looks like just a straight up green candle, right? But on the H4, you can see there's little pullbacks along the way, right? So as much as it's just a green candle, there was pullbacks. Another thing you can do is you can enter based on candle closures, right? So for example, that's exactly what I did here. Once this daily candle closed through here on Ethereum, okay, you could have entered here and put your stop at the swing low. You don't get as good of an entry as the guy waiting for a pullback, but there's a chance that this could have just done this, right? This could have just done this. It could have just went like this, right? So then you would have had a great entry. It ended up pulling back deeper, right? But that's another thing you can do. You can enter based on candle closes through levels. Okay. George, warn your non-trader friend. They're not traders. Have no idea when to get it again. Oh, great analysis, dude. Thanks, Hank. Fuck off with your spam, bro. 35,000 is the Bitcoin ceiling. Sure, maybe. I think 37,000 is gonna get tagged, but that's just me. Thoughts on ICX? I'll take a look. Son learned about green dildos and motherfucking while sitting next to me watching PJ Masks. Good stuff. Have a good night. Sorry, bro. This is not PG-13, unfortunately. Hello from Squamish. What's up, bro? Beautiful city you live in. Hi, Elizabeth. What's up, Floyd? Blue filter setting on your monitor. Can watch screen for 40 hours. Completely agree. Where did you learn the basics of trading? Good question. Trader SZ, the Inner Circle Trader, Tom Dante were probably my 3 biggest inspirations. Simon Clute is another good one. Those are kind of, and then hundreds and thousands of hours of chart time. Thanks for the vid, main. Fucking wreck. Need sleep. We'll watch the rest tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, Craig. Have a good one, buddy. LTC better than a shitcoin from a hedge fund perspective. Absolutely agree. I say shitcoin lovingly. LTC is you know, is legit. Do you keep coins on your exchange or on your wallet? Nice try, IRS. Bear trend will come eventually. Yeah. BlackRock AI takes over crypto. What made you want to start trading crypto? Where should I start? I wanted to start trading crypto because I got into crypto. I made a bunch of money and then I lost it all. And out of anger, I said, you know what? I'm going to fucking learn how to actually do this so I can actually make money instead of lose money. Great place to start is here on YouTube, Crypto Twitter. There's tons of guys like me, Trader SZ, Crypto Cred, bunch of other people, Trader XO, who post tons of free content that's educational where you can get your kind of your teeth wet. Crypto Cred is a great starting point. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm going to cover Cardano now. No. Okay, so this looks fucking awesome, right? The key is going to be that Cardano Bitcoin pair. But this is clearly in an uptrend. This is ready to burst. This is the weekly chart. And look how fucking clean this is, right? So made our lowest low here, right? Basically SFP. I don't know if it's quite an SFP. It fucking looks like one. Like, this is one of the cleanest looking fucking charts. Okay. Ran the low, made a new high. Perfect SR test of that previous high there. Boom. Right? Made another high. This is clearly in an uptrend, right? On the weekly. So, absolutely, this thing looks bullish as fuck. You mark out this level here, right? We're coming into resistance. I don't expect this resistance to really hold. You know, my opinion is that we're going to see Cardano trading around here, probably in the near future. If we see some sort of major expansion on Cardano Btc, so ADA Btc pair, that's going to be the catalyst for something like this to accelerate. And this is going to be a fat move, right? From here to here, you know, that's 50% right there, right? So this looks really fucking good. On the weekly, I don't think I need to really go too much into, you know, why this looks fucking awesome. I think that's pretty clear. You have a really nice SR flip here as well. This is a clean fucking chart, right? So any sort of dip on this is a buy, in my opinion. You know, we just broke out of a daily consolidation here, right? So we're consolidating on the daily. This is essentially a range. Broke out, retest, boom, continuing on. So this looks really good. You know, if you get lucky and you get a buy here, I think you do. But this looks good, and assuming the Bitcoin pair starts to look good, I don't see why this thing isn't trading around the kind of 35 to 36 cent mark in the near future, especially if we do kind of get an opportunity to have a little bit of an alt season. Okay, let's look at the BTC pair. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Starting to look good. Pretty much the exact same setup as LTC, right? Monthly order block, okay? Came into it. Look at the reaction that we're seeing so far. Zoom in another level here. I don't know where this level comes from. Probably from the daily, maybe the 3-day. I don't fucking know. Yeah, the 3-day. So, okay. Weekly, nice wick. Look at the 3-day chart here. Okay, look at the 3-day. So within that weekly order block, we have a 3-day order block right here. Okay, nice respecting of that level. Very nice looking wick. Ran those lows, ran these lows, closed above everything. This is starting to look pretty fucking good to me. The daily still not quite in an uptrend, right? So the weekly, the monthly, etc., they're into high time frame support, but they're not quite in an uptrend yet. But this is a good sign, right? This to me is going to be kind of the launching point, right? So once we get through here, okay, I expect this thing to expand, put in a big fat green candle into like this level and then probably much higher, but that would be kind of your market structure shift on the daily, right? So if we can flip this gray zone, you now have bullish market structure on the daily, and then I think this thing starts to turn around and look really good really quick. Obviously want to see it get above this level after that. Looking at the H4, still wouldn't quite classify this as an uptrend. I mean, I guess you have a swing high in here, so technically it's made a higher high. But if you go any lower, I'm sure it's very clear by now, right? There's your low, boom, high, higher low, higher high. So it's starting to turn. Like I said on LTC and F, it's starting to turn on the lower time frames in a key high time frame area. So as soon as this thing, the dollar pair looks fucking awesome. As soon as this thing kind of flips this area and it, you know, prints a higher high on the daily here, I'm expecting some serious expansion on Cardano. So this one looks good. All right, let's do Tron. So, I mean, when you can trade something that's as clean as Cardano, I would focus on that over this. I mean, but this is in an uptrend, right? This is the weekly chart. You can see it's in an uptrend, right? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. You know, it's got a low, it's got a high, it's got, you know, higher low here, higher high. I don't like this as much. It's not as clean. There's wicks, there's SFPs. It looks kind of messy. I also don't think Justin Sun is a legitimate dude. That's completely anecdotal. I don't have any evidence being like, oh fuck, Tron is a scam. But I don't trust that dude. I don't like him, so I don't really want to trade his coin. It's kind of similar to why I have an aversion to like BCH, because I think fucking Roger Ver is a joke. I think fucking Craig Wright is a joke. I think that Calvin Ayre guy's a joke. So all those fucking forks of that shit, but they will pump, right? At the end of the day, you gotta be objective and just trade the fucking chart. But this isn't an uptrend. This is an uptrend on the weekly, right? So again, TRX, an older coin. You know, this thing will pump, but you know, not something I personally love. But this is an uptrend, right? As soon as it clears this level here, And the Bitcoin pair, of course, looks good again. No reason to think why this can't see some expansion to the upside. I actually think this can get quite crazy, right? The whole adage, scams pump the hardest, right? This is, a lot of empty space here. So if it starts trading above this gray area, this looks like it's kind of an ascending triangle, whatever the fuck you want to call it, up into that area, looks pretty good to me for a fucking run. So this looks pretty good. Look at the BTC pair here. Here's your issue with this coin, right? This is just coming into support, just barely, right? So again, right, you're like, oh, people like, I missed Ethereum, I missed LTC. There's a lot of alt BTC pairs that are still bottomed, right? And the USD pairs are starting to look bullish, right? So don't cry over spilt milk. There's another trade out there for you to take, right? So this didn't quite come and fill, right? Didn't quite come and touch there. So, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to fucking touch this level perfectly. Let's just see if on another exchange, if it does. Where was this fucking launch? Would it be on Bitfinex? Bitrex. That is fucking broken. Pull the next. Okay. Binance is the one. So it didn't quite come touch here, right? It doesn't have to. Ideally, I would like it to, but it doesn't have to. The exact same shit that I did on LTC, on Ethereum, on Cardano, right? You want to do here. This one is still early, right? So the USD pair looks pretty good. This is still super early. There's no signs of this really having bullish market structure on the daily yet, right? Operative word is yet. There's your key level right there, 104 sats for upside. If I get really low on the time frame here, right, you can see the daily. This is hideous, but this is bullish market structure on the daily here, right? So you have pretty nice little kind of over-under happening here, right? So under the level, back over. There's a low, right? There's a higher high. There's a higher low, right? We took out these highs. So something like this, right? I wouldn't, like, how do you even trade this on the hourly? It looks fucking gross. But, even the 4 hour, right, is starting to put in bullish market structure, right? You got a low, you've got a break in market structure there. So expectation is a higher low. I want to see us trade above this consolidation and that 104 level, which I got from the daily there, to really get interested in this thing. Once it starts trading over here, puts in a little bit of structure, then I'm going to be interested in it, right? You look at Ethereum, see how there's structure here. There's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low, right? You don't quite have that on Tron yet. It's still building, so it hasn't gone yet. So there's an opportunity, right, where if this thing can put in some bullish structure, you can all of a sudden get a huge fat green candle on the BTC pair, and that USD pair is primed. So don't hate Tron. I don't like Tron as a coin, but I don't hate the chart by any means. Let's look at sushi. I know there's more people requesting shit in here, guys. I'm only gonna be able to answer so many. This stream's already at 130 minutes. 130 minutes, an hour and a half. I need to sleep. So I'm not going to be able to get to everything. I'm going to get through this list and then we'll see how much time's left. I don't really want this to be longer than 2 hours. The problem is these videos are fucking 3 hours long. No one's going to watch them. And I need that YouTube AdSense, bro. I need that $5 that I make on a video. All right, what did I say? Sushi. Sushi. So newer DeFi coin, right? I don't remember charting this shit, but clearly it worked. Probably 3 day. There you go. So 3 day order block, right? So this is looking good. This is the Bitcoin pair that we're starting with this time. But this is looking good, right? You got a low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low. So I don't remember marking this. It must have been in a previous stream, but we can see we came right in that 3 day order block. We had this kind of flash crash. I don't know if you guys remember, but we had this little bit of a flash crash here. but we closed right back above the zone. This is looking pretty promising. Once we start trading over these levels here, this thing is gonna fucking fly. So this looks pretty good. I like it. No reason to be bearish on this, in my opinion. This is bullish market structure on the 3-day. Again, bullish market structure on the daily, right? And even within here, what you're gonna see, right, is starting to form bullish market structure even on the hourly in here, right? So this looks pretty good to me. You know, if I'm looking how to get involved on this thing, if you didn't buy it here, I think you start getting involved on this reclaim or this reclaim, right? Because once it starts trading above this level here, I think it teleports to that level there. So I'm bullish on the BTC pair. You know, and this kind of makes sense, right? We saw Bitcoin flying. We saw a lot of money flying to Ethereum, flying to Litecoin. Makes sense that some of that money then moves into some of these DeFi coins, right? So Sushi USD, this looks fucking good. This is already broken out. So not only does the Bitcoin pair look like it's good, this is already fucking bullish. And what's even better, right? So we had that SR flip on the 3-day there, right? Candle close through, retest. You kind of got to ignore that wick because that's an anomaly, right? But there's your close through. There's your retest, right? And here comes your move. So this looks fucking good, and as soon as that Bitcoin pair puts in a big old green candle, this thing is going to expand to the upside. I don't see why Sushi isn't trading at $6 very fucking soon. This looks awesome. So this looks really good. I think this goes to $4, right? And then $6 next. So if you own Sushi, good job. Okay. Let's look at Uni. Very similar to Sushi, right? Weekly chart, fucking clearly breaking out. 3-day chart, exact same setup as Sushi. There's your 3-day order block. Candle close through. There's your retest. It doesn't look like a retest because it's a wick, but if I zoom in, there's your pullback right there, right? So you have to cycle through time frames sometimes and fucking, you know, look at different situations and shit. Okay, so that looks fucking awesome. Yeah, this looks fucking awesome. On pretty much every time frame that I look at, it looks good. So yeah, big bully on this. This looks like it's just making a new high, and I imagine the BTC pair looks like it's gearing up. If I had to guess, I guessed correctly. I'm so smart. Like that, right? So you see that? So came a little bit below, don't love it, but who cares, right? Came a little bit below, reclaimed. You got to be a little bit fluid sometimes. This is putting in bullish market structure on the daily, right? So I don't like it here, but I like this, and then I like this, right? So this looks good. This looks like it's ready to fucking lift off. You know, you look at the H4, low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. My expectation is a higher high. So when this thing starts to run, that USD pair is going to run run as well. So I like this. This looks good to me. I think we've got a key level right here, but ultimately I don't see why this thing doesn't start trading up towards this 26,979 level. I don't know where that takes the dollar pair. I don't even think there's price history to go off of, right? But yeah, no reason why this thing isn't trading over $7 soon if everything remains bullish as it is. Okay, we'll do AVE next. So I don't even remember drawing this, but you can see my squiggly line is about to play out perfectly. How to draw order blocks. Go watch some of my older videos. I go over it a ton. Bitcoin is king. Balls deep, long Cardano. Can you check YeFi? Should I sell my ETH right now or nah? Okay, so I'll see how much time I have left to do YeFi. I hate questions like this, Zaziko. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your position. I don't know where you bought it. I don't know how much you bought. I don't know what your risk tolerance is. I don't know what your trade IE is. So I can't tell you whether to buy or not. All I can do, or sell, right? All I can do is give you my analysis, my thoughts on what the market is doing. Then you got to make your own decision, right? So are you in profit? Are you in a loss right now? Where did you enter? Where was your entry wrong? When you entered, where was your take profit level, right? These are questions you need to ask yourself and not me, and then determine what you want to do, right? If you're looking at Ethereum and let's say you bought it at, 800 or something, there's no reason to sell it yet, in my opinion, right? This is still bullish. So maybe bring up your stops, trail your stops, and determine if it might be a good time to get out. This is kind of the area of interest for me, right? As long as we hold above here, I think we make another leg up. If we trade below here, then I think you get the fuck out, right? But again, I have no idea what situation you're in with your trade or anything like that, so I can't really tell you. Okay. End of 2017, got a huge correction over to 50 to 7%, turned bear after. We still haven't gotten any proper retrace. It's only green parabolic. End can only be near. This thing can go way higher and way more parabolic than you expect. So it could top here. It could top at fucking 100,000. It's way too early to tell. I would just focus on collecting as much Bitcoin and shit, spot alts as you can, and then fucking chilling, man. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it too much in terms of trying to guess where this thing tops. Keep riding the wave. There will be corrections on the way to all-time high. The last bull run had multiple 20, 30, 40% corrections on the way. What's up, Drew? Please, I'll check YeFi, Vicky, just for you. I totally forgot about Tron. Me too. Fuck Tron. Fuck Justin Sun. Just tuning in for the first time. I'm new to crypto. Thanks. Happy to have you here. Kicking myself. I was watching a breakout on OMG and pullback from a couple hours back. Missed my bid by a cent. Hey ho, like you said, always another trade. Yeah, there's always another trade. Dude, sometimes if you think it's not going to hit your level, right, if it comes within a couple cents of your entry and then starts moving, you can just mark it in, right? You can bang in or enter a little higher. Not the end of the world. Reduce your position size a little bit. Drew, you sound smart. Can I send you money? I am smart. No, you cannot send me money for that exact reason. I'm fairly new to crypto. When you got time, can you check your Discord crypto chat? See if I'm plotting correctly. My name is all about Seth. Criticisms much appreciated. I will do my best to get in the Discord over the next couple of days and answer questions. I do have a free Discord. Link is in my Twitter description if anyone wants to come and chat with me. Vicky, if you ask me to chart YeFi one more time, I'm not going to do it, okay? I saw your message. I will chart it for you. Can you take a look at Dash? Digital silver, baby. Split the video into parts. More AdSense. True. Could you do TA on your YouTube stats? No, it's abysmal. Main, what day is top? I have no idea. So Main likes Cardano, Sushi, Union, LTC. Correct. Check out Sushi. Just did. Do Doge. Sure. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. What was I going to do? So AVE, okay? AVE is in an uptrend. I don't remember drawing this order block, but you can see clearly in an uptrend, right? Higher low, boom, just made another higher high. So this is super bullish, right? So if you're looking where to buy this thing, you see if you get lucky, you might get a pullback to here, right? But this looks fucking good. So I think you look to buy the dip here if it's given. And the BTC pair is starting to look good. I don't know when I drew that line, but it looks like it's going to play out. So we've come into this level here. Nice lower wick, closing back within. Need this to start showing bullish market structure on the lower time frames. So you go into the H4. We just made a lower low, right? Now we need to make a higher high. right? So once we can clear this level here, right? Then you want to see a higher low. Then this is going to expand to the upside and it's going to start running all of these highs here, okay? Once that happens, that dollar pair is going to see a serious expansion move to the upside. So this looks pretty good. Abe looks pretty good. All right, we're getting through it. Okay, let's do XRP real quick. So XRP, disclaimer, caveat, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? This thing has been underperforming the rest of the fucking market. This thing is getting absolutely crushed. It has that pending SEC investigation that's going on. So, I mean, it could settle, right? So the SEC thing could settle. And I'm by no means an expert on this and absolutely not a lawyer. This could, the SEC shit could settle, right? And then this thing could fly. But the bottom line is, for right now, it is outperforming. It's underperforming, excuse me, the entire market, right? So you have massive opportunity cost by holding this, while things like LTC and Ethereum and other coins are doing 10, 20% in a day, right? You have massive opportunity cost holding this instead. So something to be aware of if you're holding this fucking coin is, even if they do settle and it fucking moons, you're missing out if all of your capital is tied up in this thing. It doesn't mean that it can't go up, but just be aware. Look at the fucking chart. It looks like shit, right? So something to be aware of. Do I think the coin is dead? No. I do know that Grayscale, I think, started buying again, LTC or XRP, whatever the fuck. Started buying it again. So is that bullish? I don't know. But right now this looks like garbage. It's underperforming not just Bitcoin, but the entire fucking market. So if you have a bunch of money tied up in here, right, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities elsewhere. To me, no reason to get in this thing until we reclaim this. Once we reclaim this, things can get interesting, right? And that will be, almost sneezed, I'm sorry. That will be kind of where we're looking to, get in. A reclaim of this. But for now, this looks like shit. It's underperforming everything. Look at the H4, right? So notice how the H4 and all those other charts are in an uptrend, right? This is still a clear downtrend, right? So once this thing starts turning around, it reclaims that gray, right? I need to see some bullish market structure form here, right? So maybe that's the low. Maybe we do one of these, right? When this thing pumps, it pumps hard and it pumps fast. But for now, this thing looks like shit. It's not really giving me anything to go on here where I'd be like, yes, now's a good time to get into LTC or XRP. If you want to watch a couple levels, you can watch these levels right here. Once it breaks the upside of this range, starts putting in some bullish market structure, there might be a reason to start getting involved in this. If you're just dollar cost averaging into this, you're just a believer in XRP, you want to own XRP, it's super cheap right now, I get it, but there's just a lot of risk with the SEC thing, and the chart just looks like shit. SEC thing aside, the chart doesn't look good yet. So, the dollar pair is the same, right? The difference here for the dollar pair for me is it is in what the fuck is that? House is on fire, lads. We got a monthly order block here that price is trading into, right? So there's an argument to be made that this could be the low. But the Bitcoin pair looks like shit, right? So again, just like all those other pairs I covered, you want to see that Bitcoin pair start to turn around before you cram into the dollar pair. If this is going to bounce, I think this is a range where it could bounce from. It could dip below here, right? It could come down to 12, 13, 14, 15 cents. But so far, decent reaction from that monthly order block. Go down to the H4. Kind of looks like it might want to put in some bullish market structure here, right? Kind of. Just maybe is putting in a little bit of bullish market structure here. But again, like with all the coins that I've covered today, you see how many opportunities there are out there in other coins. There's better coins than this to trade that don't carry that same risk, right? But, you know, maybe something's shaping up here where it's starting to look good. I actually have a small long position in XRP, but it's very small, and I'm ready to cut it in an instant, right? The only reason I got in is because this thing dropped so much so quickly. Just like when Bitcoin dumped during COVID, I see something drop 50, 60%, I'm going to take a punt, right? Okay. Let's look at VeChain. We're getting towards my time limit here, guys. I'm going as fast as I can. All right, VeChain. God damn. So, I mean, you know, what do you need me to say here? This is obviously in an uptrend. You know, the issue with something like this, right, is you look at this and you look at this. Well, I guess they look the same. I don't know how high this can go, right? It seems like it's almost at all-time high in price discovery. So there's already been a 800% move here, right? Where ETH, no, I guess ETH has had a fucking gnarly move too. What am I trying to explain here? I mean, everything is up huge from March. I guess that's a bad example, but you know, obviously this is bullish. You don't need me to tell you that. This is fucking bullish. If you get a pullback to there, you buy it. You know, looking at the weekly, I bet you a pullback to there is unlikely. Maybe you get a pullback to here on the weekly. I think you buy it. This thing looks bullish to me. No reason to not try and buy any sort of pullback towards here. I don't know if you get it, but if you do, you fucking buy it. This looks really good. I wish I owned some. Here is the Bitcoin pair, and this is a very similar setup to everything we've been covering that I like, right? So this falls into the main likes category. You know, coming into resistance here, right? Pulled back right into a monthly order block, holding it nicely, zoom in. What do we have forming on the lower time frame? Bullish market structure. This literally just made a higher high on the daily. Boom, right there. So as we speak, so now we have a low, a high, a higher low, right? This is a higher low confirmed because we made a higher high, right? So this looks good. So I'm expecting this to expand to the upside, and I would be looking to trade this thing, you know, up into this area here. Right, I think this looks good for a move up, and that will be bullish for that dollar pair. So VeChain falls in the bucket of stuff that I like. Okay, gonna try and go power moves here, boys and girls, mostly boys, I assume. Curve. What the fuck is this? Why can't I chart it? Is this it? I don't know. So yeah, this looks pretty good to me here, right? Nice curving up here. Curve, get it? Nice curving up here on the 3-day chart. Coming into here, right? This seems to be the draw. So this looks pretty good to me in terms of tether. Curve Dow token. I don't know what the fuck this is. This chart is identical essentially, except for this is slightly more bearish. So you look at that. Oh god. You look at that, right? Low, high, higher, low. Boom. Then you look at the Bitcoin pair, and it's just made a lower low. So not quite bullish on the Bitcoin pair yet, but I have a feeling that it's going to look bullish soon. So once it reclaims this low, I think it will look good up into this level here. So kind of how I would envision this is it's going to do something like this. Right? And I think that looks pretty fucking good. Once this turns around, I think the USD pair will see expansion because this looks pretty good. If I zoom into the H4, you can probably already see this is starting to, this is gonna break up, if I had to guess. Right? This is higher lows here, higher high here. I expect a higher high up into there. Boom, boom. Looks pretty good to me. Curve, another one that I like. You guys are doing good today. Normally people shill me shit and it's all trash. All right, Egold BTC, Egold. Okay, let's just see here. Yeah, I'm doing Egold right now. Happy New Year, Ryan. Thanks for tuning in, man. Vicky, yes, I run a Discord. It's in the link of it's in the description of my Twitter. You can join. It's completely free. Shardy B says 5K by 2020 for LTC. That's a aggressive target. She's a great trader though, so maybe she's right. I don't know. I own LTC though, so I fucking hope so. Did you look at ICX? I have not looked at ICX. What do you think is better trading option, BTC or USD pairs? Hopefully this entire 2-hour video made it clear to you that you need to look at both, right? So you need to look at the pair that you're trading, right? The BTC pair, like if you're trading FBTC, look at that chart. But if you're trading FUSD, you need to know what the BTC pair is doing, because if you're trading FUSD in a long, but FBTC is in a downtrend, your money is better off in Bitcoin, right? That's why I'm going over both, right? So you need to pay attention to both. Don't know why your channel isn't blowing up fast, lots of free information, and you're interactive with your users. I appreciate that very much. I hope it does. I would love, my Twitter is pretty big. I've got like 80,000 on Twitter. I would love to have 80,000 on YouTube. That would be amazing. I'd love to have even 20,000 on YouTube. That'd be awesome. I think we're at like 6,000 now. So just tell your friends, retweet, like, show me some love. I really appreciate it. Hello, Brazil. Hola, Bruno. Just subbed, follow you on Twitter a few days ago. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Alpha. Appreciate that, man. Other gurus make you pay for info like this. Yeah, I don't think you need to pay for this kind of stuff. I have no problem sharing. I enjoy it. Podera falar de Wabi. Can you talk about Wabi? I'll look at Wabi. Wabi is a token. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Maine is literally on fire. That's funny. One out of all cryptos would you buy right now? I really like Ethereum and LTC. I mean, if I had infinite money, I would want more Bitcoin, to be honest with you. I'm not a huge altcoin trader, but I think Ethereum, Litecoin I like Aave, I like Sushi, I like Dot. Those are a lot of ones that I like a lot. Okay, bro, if you keep spamming, I'm not going to talk about it. Dude, I know this question may be dumb, but how can I safely get into the 4 to 5x when most coins already done that? Well, I just showed you, man, right? There's so many coins that still haven't really moved yet. I mean, a lot of coins since March, right, have done 5, 10x's, right? I mean, the dump was that big. You need to look for ones that have a bullish looking chart on the USD pair and a bullish looking chart on the BTC pair. And if you can find those, you're going to find a ton of coins that will 5 and 10x and more. Right? So something like this, right? This is the 3-day chart on the BTC pair. This looks pretty good to me, right? Hasn't moved nearly as much as some of the other coins. Looks like it's done a nice SR flip here. This is clearly bullish, right? We came into resistance. We rejected. I don't see why this doesn't do this, right? And if this does this, right? Guess what this is gonna do? This is gonna fucking fly, right? This is a breakout pattern here. It's a bull market, right? These types of patterns, these break out. So if the BTC pair looks bullish, like I just showed you, and this if it does this, right, that USD pair is gonna fly, right? And just from here to here, right, that's a 50% move, right? There's a 100% move right there. So there's lots of opportunities. You just got to go look for them, right? I'm pretty sure that Ethereum will 2x from here, right? So if Ethereum 2x's from here, imagine what some of these other fucking coins are going to do. Oh, I was looking at the wrong curve. So, I mean, this doesn't look quite as... Is this not the same? CRV tether? Looks the same to me. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. But yeah, this looks good, right? This looks good. This is the daily chart. We've got bullish market structure here, right? This looks good to me. I don't see why this doesn't start trading up towards $1.25, right? And the BTC pair doesn't look as good, right? But it's got to reclaim this low. It's starting to kind of curl up here. Once it reclaims this low, we can start talking about this one looking good. But this is a perfect example, right? This hasn't really run yet. This can absolutely 3x from here if it starts turning bullish on this and then the dollar pair as well. Okay, guys. I got to cut this video. I'm fried. I haven't slept much this week. And I literally drove to the ski hill and back and didn't even snowboard. So I've been up since 4 a.m. After being up till 2 a.m., I slept for 2 hours. I got to eat some food. I got to sleep. So I'm sorry I didn't get all your coins. I did my best, but I try and keep these videos around 2 hours. They're super long otherwise. So please, please, please subscribe, like, comment, retweet, share this shit. Follow me on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, there's a link in my description for my Discord. You can join my Discord. So if I didn't answer your question here, join my Discord. Tag me in the Discord and I can post the charts in there. Yeah, I'll be back again. I'll probably do 2 streams this coming week, and I'm gonna try and get those educational videos out as well. Just been crazy busy trading, right? Because that's what we're fucking here for. So gonna do my best. But yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to all of your coins. I will do my best. Again, just hit me up on Twitter, hit me up in Discord. I will answer your DMs. I will answer your tags. I gotta crank the video off here. It's been too long. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is one of my busier streams, like 170 viewers now. We had like 300 at one point. So thank you so much. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in and showing me love. I will absolutely be back with another stream soon. If you got any questions, like I said, tag me. Thanks again to Prime. Please show them some love as well. Use the link in the description to sign up and trade with them. That helps me out. That keeps them happy. That keeps me happy. And yeah, we're going to keep on rocking it. This is all good shit, man. I mean, Ethereum hit $1,000 today. Bitcoin's at 33,000 and LTC's at 150. And we're just getting started. So this is all good things. You have not missed out. There's going to be tons of opportunities over the coming weeks and months. I'm very excited about it. I think you guys should be too. All right, guys. Love you so much. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll